evening, everybody. Welcome to the March 11th meeting of Walk Hill Township. Please rise. Should we do a statement of,
Whatever you want to do first.
what's that?
Whatever you want to do first.
Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Megan, thank you. Please read the statement of presiding officer.
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of New Jersey, adequate notice of this meeting, specifically the time, date, and public call-in information were included in the meeting that was electronically sent to the Echo-Sentinel Morris Daily Record and posted on the township website. The agenda and public handouts for this meeting can be viewed online at www.longhillnj.gov. A public comment period will be held in the order it is listed on the meeting agenda. Failure of the governing body to provide a live broadcast of this meeting or technological problems encountered during the meeting that affect remote viewing and/or participation will not invalidate this meeting or any actions taken, but not limited to the adoption of any ordinance, resolution, or motion.
Thank you, Megan. Would you please kindly take roll?
Committeeman Lavender,
Present.
Committeeman Liberato,
Present.
Committeeman Veleza,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Dorsey,
Here.
Mayor Paserchia.
Present. So we are on item 4. Meeting is open to the public. Please, remarks and statements pertaining to agenda items only. And if you could kindly keep your comments or questions to 3 minutes.
Ooh, sorry, my bad.
Good evening. Charles Arenowitz, Millington. Similar opening comments as last meeting. Ordinance 58126. There was a similar ordinance for 9822 on redevelopment zone for the car wash. Question for your second reading discussion. Given ordinance 58126 is similar to ordinance 49822, does ordinance 49822 need to be replaced? Next comment, same ordinance. Is the Township Committee's direction to have a pilot payment in lieu of taxes for this new redevelopment zone in ordinance 581-26? Ordinance 583-26. In discussions with Dennis Sandow, there's a term in this ordinance that's not defined in section B definition, pages 6 to 16. That term is one half person. This ordinance mentions numerous times a 1 1/2 person household, a 4 1/2 person household. I'm a little concerned on what a half person is. So in your discussions, I'd like you to clarify what a half person is. Thank you very much.
So,
Does it have something to do with St. Patrick's Day and Little Green Men?
I was going to say the guy from Notre Dame football games, but I wasn't going to. I think it might be more appropriate for Jessica, if you wouldn't mind, to respond to the questions.
To the half-person question?
Yes. Start
Yeah.
with this.
I'll leave it to Jack to determine whether or not the ordinance needs to be repealed and the pilot question. But the half-person is a method for determining the income for a household. So it's just an averaging for determining the income.
And it's pretty standard.
It is standard. It's based on state uniform housing affordability controls. The whole ordinance is just a very general ordinance on administrating affordable housing. It was drafted by the DCA along with affordable housing professionals. So it's just incorporating state law and how the affordable housing administrators determine income for households.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As far as the pilot is concerned, the question is, are we considering a pilot?
Yes, we are considering a pilot, and this ordinance replaces the prior redevelopment plan,
Which was with a previous.
which was a totally different
Contingent on.
proposed use, that's correct.
I thought that was repealed.
I think it
was
at some
point,
point, actually.
It was
Yes, it
repealed.
was.
Yeah, and in any event, this ordinance replaces it, it was
Right.
formerly repealed, that's right.
And I apologize, Chuck, you had a third question, I think. Or,
That's it.
that was it? Okay.
Now, hold on.
But-
Attorney Peters said it replaced it, so do you need to take any action
We
to
already did,
eliminate that ordinance?
we already did.
We already did it. It's been repealed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. Okay, again, any members of the public who are present in the courtroom that would like to comment or ask questions?
But not on the ordinance.
Well,
On agenda items.
On agenda items.
This is agenda items that don't have the public hearing, so we should have the public hearing at the time of the ordinance, public hearing, so.
okay, so Pam, stay there. I think, Jack, what you're recommending is I should open up the ordinance, 58126,
No,
and then have the public hearing?
No, what I'm saying is, this public session is meant for other topics that are either not on the agenda,
Right.
or they're on the agenda and don't have their own public hearing. So the
I
ordinances
understand.
will have their own public hearing.
Because they're second
So
reading.
for purposes of the record, that public hearing should be after the ordinance is introduced.
I understand.
So
Pam,
I'm
just-
confused.
You're gonna, you will be coming up momentarily.
Okay.
But
Are your questions about the ordinances?
Yeah, it's about for
Okay.
tonight's.
Yeah.
And it's just a comment, not really,
That you should make those comments during a public hearing of that ordinance.
at the end.
Right.
On the
Well,
ordinance-
no,
On the ordinance, when the public hearing is open on the ordinance.
momentarily.
Oh, okay.
momentarily, yep.
So you can sit in the front if you'd like. No extra charge. So item number 5, and I just whacked my
Online.
knee.
Online.
Oh,
Online.
yeah, I apologize. Well, I'm in pain, Megan.
you need a timeout.
Yeah.
You gotta collect yourself.
Can't find the right seat.
Any member of the public online?
If anybody online would like to make a public comment in regards to agenda items only, please raise your hand now. I don't see anyone, Mayor.
Thank you, Megan. And my knee's okay, if anybody
Thank
was
goodness.
empathetic to me. Ordinance 581-26, this is second reading. We will have a public hearing immediately afterwards. I'll read the ordinance. An ordinance of the Township of Long Hill in the County of Morris, New Jersey, adopting a redevelopment plan for Block 11401, Lot 7, on the official tax maps of the township, commonly known as 1106 to 1122 Valley Road. So immediately, any questions or comments from the members on the township committee?
Well, we talked about this at the planning board meeting yesterday because they reviewed it. Do we need to discuss any of their feedback?
If, you guys have, except for Matt, it's resolution 26-11 PB up here. Well, you have the redevelopment plan, and then you have the planning boards.
Right.
You don't have it. So this is, it's the other one. Nope, not that one.
This one.
Nope, this one.
Yeah.
This one,
What I
this
gave you?
one, this
Yep.
one,
Gotcha.
that one.
Thank you.
Nope, this one, and that.
So, all right.
and that. There you go.
So, Scott, to your point, we were both at the planning board meeting last night, and there were a number of questions, concerns, but in light of certain, I think, bulk items and various things like that, I think we explained why the process is the way it is. But Jessica, you are an expert in this area. Perhaps you can explain. Ultimately, the planning board did sign that the ordinance is consistent with the.
I was just gonna say, before we start, in section 2 of their resolution, they did find and determine that the redevelopment plan is consistent with the town's master plan, specifically the housing element. So that's the key part for your
Correct.
adoption tonight.
Now, the questions that I had written them down and I have them here, okay. Jessica, I didn't have a chance to share them with you, and I don't know if you have a list of them. There were things like the front yard setback, the height. They did send a full list,
Yes,
okay.
I have them. I can give just a broad overview of where we are and why we're here, and then
Can you just
maybe
make sure you're
that'll-
speaking into the mic, because I did get a text that.
Is
that
it,
would be
is it on? Okay.
It is
Is
on.
that better?
just- Yes,
All right.
hopefully.
So, as you recall, the township is winding its way through the 4th round affordable housing process. There was the amended Fair Housing Act in 2024 that set forth various deadlines through 2025 for communities to comply with the 4th round affordable housing. So the planning board adopted a housing element and fair share plan on June 24th of 2025. It was submitted to the dispute resolution program, which is now sort of the new COA overseeing affordable housing compliance, on June 26th, which was prior to the June 30th deadline for submitting to the program if the community wanted to keep their immunity from builders' remedy lawsuits and be part of the 4th round. So then there was a waiting period until August 31st of 2025 for any interested party to challenge the plan. So Long Hill did get one challenge on August 29th of 2025 from Fair Share Housing Center. And the challenge really centered around the question of whether there was still going to be a durational adjustment for the 4th round due to a lack of sewer availability, and whether or not the sewer ban essentially was going to be lifted. When enough information was provided to Fair Share Housing Center about the various programs in the plan and the fact that the sewer ban luckily was being lifted right around the same time that this process was going on, they essentially, Fair Share Housing Center, agreed to the housing element and fair share plan that was submitted, and then, had some of their basically standard requirements. The housing element and fair share plan that was submitted largely relied on existing zoning and projects that the township had been diligently working on through the 3rd round period. So there was a lot of work that went into 3rd round compliance, which really helped the municipality in the 4th round. So for the 4th round, the prospective need was 102 units, and there was only one really new project that was proposed, and that was a replacement of the proposal at what's called the car wash redevelopment area, 1106 to 1122 Valley Road. And that was for 167 unit multifamily development that would provide a 20% set aside, which is higher than's been required in the past for rental units, but has sort of become the new standard for the 4th round, given limited capacity of sewer and water and places to build and all of those types of things. So it provides for 33 affordable units. So that's what you have before you tonight for second reading for this replacement redevelopment plan for this, essentially one new project for your housing element and fair share plan. The other thing is the Fair Housing Act, the amended Fair Housing Act, established a March 15th, 2026 deadline to adopt these ordinances. So that really puts us in a bind in terms of being able to make changes to this ordinance at this time. So, because if you don't adopt it tonight, if you made substantive changes and you didn't adopt it tonight, that would leave you out of compliance with that deadline, which is, I'm sure, not recommended, because it could, put you subject to questions as to whether or not you're still under protection of builders' remedy lawsuits. So, the recommendations, I know that the planning board had a lot of questions and wanted some different considerations, but what I would say is that the governing body, because it's redevelopment, does have a lot of room to work with the developer when they come in on various factors that may be of concern. So through any redevelopment agreements, if there's concerns about things like sign size or landscaping types or things like that, you can certainly address those. I mean, the redevelopment plan has to effectuate the 167 units. That's required. So whatever happens to make that happen on the site, that is needed. And really, the focus of the housing element and fair share plan was to try to create one compact development that could address the entire need that was, outstanding for the fourth round, rather than trying to find 10 sites throughout the community. We had one site that really has very little impact on any surrounding areas. It's relatively isolated. It's mostly surrounded by commercial, not other single family. So the governing body and the planning board at the time felt that that was a good proposal for the community. So, I mean, there are trade-offs, it's a little bit more dense than what we're used to seeing, but that trade-off allows for not having to have several other proposals throughout the community and looking for more projects. So that was the balance. You are under the deadline. But things like signs and streetscaping and landscaping, I think those things can certainly be worked out in the future.
And just to give some perspective, round 3, I believe Long Hill's obligation was 54 units. But as you, I think, touched upon, that number was a negotiated number that you worked out with then Fair Share. The 102 was assigned, and it was not subject to negotiation unless you wanted to challenge it.
The 54 number was actually a net number after Jessica was able to apply bonuses and
Right.
credits for Lounsbury and other things. So this fourth round, correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica, also includes bonuses and credits.
Right.
So that we're not building.
But the number
102
is
new units.
102.
Yeah, but
The bogey's
the
102.
third round number was, I forget what,
220
20.
total.
Right, but it ended up being, we have
54
to
net.
challenge is 54 net.
Right. You were able to lower it down by the end of the third round. I mean, because the township has been really good about being
Right.
diligent over time, so that you haven't ever luckily gotten hit where all of a sudden you have to provide 400 units all at once.
Which is
So
unfortunately the
you had that
case.
55 at the end of the third round. Now you're providing essentially for 33 new. The other ones are coming from prior projects, prior approvals, existing zoning, all of those things that you've already been working on over time.
So really, the 54 should be compared to the 30, whatever,
Mhm.
that we're building of new units this round.
Right, what new units do you have to come up with? And the fact that you worked so hard on getting the sewer taken care of was another thing that you could see, right in the settlement with Fair Share, that was, in the first couple paragraphs, that really meant a lot, that you went the extra mile to make sure that got worked out.
Right, and unfortunately, you just alluded to, there's a number of towns in the state, and many of them in the immediate area here, whose numbers far exceeded the numbers that we ended up with. But that's a shout out to past committees, going back to the beginning of COA, who always worked within the law. It may not be something that we would consider ideal, but you play the ball as it lies, as they say.
Absolutely.
Any questions for Jessica from the Township Committee?
Yeah, I'll just, and again, I think you said it, but just to clarify it in a single statement, the exceptions are only tied to this property and not to any adjacent properties.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a redevelopment plan specific to this property only.
Right, thank you.
Which is the nature of Mount Laurel. It would be spot zoning in any other circumstance, but under Mount Laurel, it's not, so.
The planning board attorney last night said it's legal spot zoning.
Good description.
Thank you.
If there's no more questions or comments for Jessica, I would like to open up the meeting to the public on this ordinance. So that's ordinance 58126. And we can call it the car wash.
Pam Ogins, Millington, and also a member of the planning board. And you have in front of you the additional recommendations. I would just like to add one thing. We all had very limited time to review this. Planning board had about 36 hours. I think you guys probably had even less time to review this plan, the final plan. We got it on Monday and discussed it last night. So I had a little bit more time to look at it today, and the one thing that I would want to add, because we are talking about conflicts with master plan, is that Millington is considered now suburban, medium to low density. This plan would have a dwelling units per acre of 29. In the state of New Jersey, that's considered high density. Currently, the most dense area in the township will be, and it's not yet, it will be done, 15 units, dwelling units per acre. So this plan would be double the highest that we don't even have yet, but we will shortly. This is high density, and I just think that needs to be taken into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
Any other member of the public in the courtroom?
Charles Aronowitz, Millington. I'm a little surprised that we are operating under the gun to our head tonight, where the deadline is March the 15th. Obviously, when the planning board has 36 hours to look at something, we must have known this for some time. And I think we, as a township and the boards and our professionals, attorney, engineer, and planner, need to do a better job in communicating this so we're not operating with a gun to our head in 4 days. I think the planning board last night had some valid points, but based on the comments made by our township planner, we can't make the changes because of legal requirements. We need to do a better job on planning this. Affordable housing's been on the table for years. Attorney Pigeon can discuss the Mount Laurel decision and on and on and on. And we get 4 days before it's done, and the planning board gets 36 hours, and we can't take any of their changes. Not good.
Thank you, Chuck. Any member of the public at home?
Anybody on Zoom would like to make a public comment, please raise your hand now. I don't see anyone, Mayor.
Thank you, Megan. So at this time, I'll close the meeting, the public hearing portion of the meeting, and look for a motion to approve or adopt ordinance 581-26.
So moved.
Second.
Committeeman Lavender,
Yes.
Committeeman Liberato,
Yes.
Committeeman Verleza,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Dorsey,
Abstain.
Mayor Paserchia.
Yes, thank you, everybody. So now we'll move on to ordinance 583-26. This is also second reading, and I'll read the ordinance. Repealing Chapter 15 of the Township Code entitled Affordable Housing, and repealing and replacing Chapter LU-138 entitled Affordable Housing Requirements, and repealing and replacing Chapter LU-185 entitled Development Fees of the Township Land Use Code, and adopting an updated affordable housing and development fee regulations based on the model DCA ordinance. Okay, that is a mouthful. So who would like to, Jack or Jessica?
I can give a brief overview, and Jack could fill in if I miss anything. But this is really an administrative ordinance. It replaces an existing administrative ordinance for how you administer affordable housing units incorporating state law. Essentially, uniform housing affordability controls have been updated and changed in the last year, along with, when the Fair Housing Act changes came through. So it's things like how you determine income, number of bedrooms, how they're distributed, how the developments are administered, how long are the affordability controls, what happens when something gets sold. It's really highly administrative in nature. And then the second half, the development fee ordinance, you also have, but it updates it to current standards as well. So you have a 1.5% fee for new residential development that doesn't include affordable housing, 2.5% for commercial, and that's in place already, but it does also incorporate new regulations from the state. How the fees are spent, how, we need to do monitoring of that every year, which we do. It's pretty much everything you're already doing or would be doing, as required by state law, but of course, they want us to incorporate it into our ordinances. Part of our agreement with Fair Share Housing Center, just something that the state was encouraging every community to do.
What would happen if this is statutory, right? Yes.
I mean,
We don't wanna find out.
It's already required essentially, so, and it's better because Fair Share is looking at this as an implementing ordinance, so you don't really wanna be in a gray area where someone is trying to say you didn't adopt the things you were supposed to adopt. So that's what this is about.
Thank you. Any questions, comments for Jessica from the Township Committee? I see none or hear none. I'd like to open up the meeting to the public on this ordinance only at this time. Seeing none. Megan, would you check online?
If anybody on Zoom would like to make a public comment, please raise your hand now. I don't see anyone, Mayor.
Thank you, Megan. So I'll close the public hearing, and I'll look for a motion to approve or adopt ordinance 583-26.
So moved.
Second.
Committeeman Lavender,
Yes.
Committeeman Liberato,
Yes.
Committeeman Verleza,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Dorsey,
Yes.
Mayor Paserchia.
Yes. Okay, item number 6 on your agenda, consent agenda. Are there any resolutions that a member of the Township Committee would like to pull for further discussion or need to recuse themselves from?
Mayor, if I could just point out before you do it, that resolutions 77, 78, and 79 are all implementing resolutions that we have to have filed with the court by March 15th, along with the 2 ordinances that were just adopted.
Thank you. Any questions for Jack on that point? Hearing none, and I don't believe anybody has anything they're pulling, so I would look for a motion to approve resolutions numbers 26-075 to 088.
So moved.
Second.
Committeeman Lavender,
Yes.
Committeeman Liberato,
Yes.
Committeeman Verleza.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Dorsey.
Yes.
Mayor Paserchia.
Yes. So start with committee reports, and Vic, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna let you far away.
All right.
Glasses?
We got a lot going on here.
Bye, Jessica, thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, our Wednesday, March 11th rec update is as follows. Tonight, before the meeting, we hosted a St. Patrick's Day virtual bingo filled with corny St. Patrick's Day jokes to boot. Do you know what we call an Irish spider? Patty Longlegs. All right, all right.
I think it was a funny joke, but you're delivery.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. More photos of birds are coming in, especially as our spring temperatures are upon us. Have you entered the photography contest yet? In Long Hill, we have the perfect backdrop for a photography contest. Enter up to 3 photos for free in our contest, Birding in Long Hill. Winners will be announced on March 31st, so get those cameras ready. Registration is on Community Pass. Consider signing up for a Red Cross First Aid or CPR/AED class. These classes are offered as a cooperative effort between the Recreation Department and the Long Hill First Aid Squad. Upon successful completion of the class, participants will receive a certificate from Red Cross valid for 2 years. Registration is open on Community Pass now. Registration is open now for spring break field hockey, for our spring break field hockey program for grades 5 through 8. Games are beginning on April 12th. Check out our website for more information. All right, mark your calendars for our annual egg hunt, ages 8 and under, on Saturday, March 28th at 10 a.m. sharp at Cantor Park. Visit with Peter Cottontail, petting zoo, and pony rides, free for all Long Hill children. The Long Hill Chamber of Commerce businesses will also be on hand to greet all of our egg hunters. But wait, it gets better. We have some exciting news for this year. Who says only the kids shall have fun? This year, we will be hosting an adult egg hunt for all Long Hill residents from March 20th through March 28th. More details are on our website. Get your cell phones ready. This will be a Goose Chase app scavenger hunt. And the last clues will be given at the egg hunt, where our winner will be announced. It may sound silly, but it's competitive. Don't you want in on this? I want in on it. Okay. I'm trying here.
You're doing great.
Dates for our spring yoga program have been announced. Registration is open on Community Pass now. There is important information on our website from the Bernards Health Department about the avian bird flu and how it is affecting birds in our area now. It's transmittable to humans and pets, although not easily. You will want to read more on this to understand what to do should you encounter a sick or dead bird. We are accepting applications now for summer seasonal employment. Please see our website for more information and apply by April 1st at the latest. Want to get more involved in our community? Consider joining the Recreation Advisory Committee and have some fun. Please contact Lisa or Bill in the Parks and Recreation Department for more information. And as always, don't forget Oscar the Grouch, who always reminds us to keep our parks clean. As soon as the temperatures climb this week, there have been a lot more activity in the parks and a lot more garbage. In the spirit of keeping everything green, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. And that concludes my recreation update. Thank you.
Thank you, Vic. And Frank, we haven't exactly assigned anything to you. You and I will work on that.
Not a problem.
So in the next meeting, we will be providing a liaison report for whatever we've agreed to.
I think the library, right? And stuff.
Right, well, I don't know. Well, Scott,
That has the library if you wanted to.
Yeah, I have nothing. Matt's next.
Oh,
Matt
I have the
has it.
library, is it queued? Do I have to, all right. The library is open Monday through Sunday. Why don't I just put every day? Oh, all right. We have daily programs and events for all ages. The Saturday hours are now longer. We're open till 5 o'clock on Saturday. Joining in the spirit at Vic, it's already started. There's a free Irish concert this Saturday. Come on down. It's at 10:30 in the morning, Saturday at the library. Maker's Day is coming up. All sorts of opportunities to tinker, create, and make things with us. The main event is to learn to knit program with the Gates Avenue Knitters, now in our 4th year. Upcoming, Senior Scam Talk. I don't know, okay? USA 2's a 250th anniversary of Mrs. Bennett. Follow will be helping out with that one on 3/28. Seniors will be scammed on 3/27, and the Shredded Day, April 25th.
What's the scam they're planning?
Well, if they tell you, they're not going to fall for it.
Oh, that's true.
They have 2 great displays up. The Pinewood Derby cars, I know the kids worked very hard on them, so come check them out. And student art from Long Hill Township Schools. Stop by and enjoy. And I think there's a program I actually saw on social media. It's about how to navigate Disney. The children's not on there, but I saw it. The children's librarian. It's not a sales pitch. It's basically give tips and tricks for people who are thinking about going to Disney. And that's that.
Disney vacation planning, Saturday, March 14th at
That's-
2 p.m.
I knew it. Saturday. That was on there?
It's in the corner underneath you guys.
Oh. Saturday. This Saturday. What time?
Disney vacation planning, Saturday, March 14th at 2 p.m.
Yes, and it sounds like it's going to be very well attended. And the woman that's running it's the children's librarian, and said it's not for the sales pitch. She's there to teach you like tricks and different terms and how to navigate the park a little easier on a better budget. So if you're planning on going to Disney, I suggest you go to the program.
Save a lot of money.
That's right. Well, that's true. And then the only other thing, this is new, and I forgot to send it to Megan, is the high school has. If you go on the high school Watch Young Hill's website, they're trying to figure out all the alumni that are from that served in the military, men, women, any alumni. They're doing an alumni database, whatever you call it. So if you go on the high school website, I think you just type in military alumni form, and it's a very form to fill out. So whether you know somebody, have a friend, family member, deceased or alive, you can register them so the high school has a list, and they can honor those veterans.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
So, just a shout out to Matt, because I know this was something you worked on with Chief Gallo.
I did.
Director Gallo.
That's right, Al.
I was at a county event, and the director of the Freeholders, or the commissioner director, came up to me. He's from Mountain Lakes, and apparently Mountain Lakes is one of the 5 towns currently that brings styrofoam all the way down here to Long Hill. Al, I don't want to steal your thunder. I think there may be a 6th town in the near future or whatever, and that would cap us out. But we're recognized statewide for that styrofoam collection program, and I know Matt and Al were the driving forces behind that, so thank you. I found out, thanks to a resident inquiry, I didn't realize we do accept alkaline batteries.
That's
So
new though, right?
Single use here at DPW, so for those who did, I didn't know that. So, and all other batteries for that matter, lithium batteries, car batteries too? So basically, I mean, Long Hill really is recognized statewide for its recycling.
Al, where do you put the batteries when you show up there? In the shed out front, as soon as you get through the front gate. Thank you.
And there are boxes, I believe, that are labeled alkaline, lithium, et cetera, et cetera. So that was good news. Thank you, Chief. And I attended a pre-budget meeting the other day. That might have been yesterday for that matter. I don't remember what it was. The good news, if we can look at it, and remember this is a proposed budget, it has to go through many iterations, but the proposal is to keep municipal aid flat. You know, it's not great, but it's better than it could be, and I'd like to think that the Assembly and the Senate will go along with at least that portion of the proposed budget. And that's it for me. So, Randy?
Just reiterating last meeting's engineering, Long Hill Road Phase 1 has been awarded to official contracting. We're looking to have a pre-con meeting in the beginning of April, where we have Long Hill Phase 2 out to bid. The bid opening is March 20th, so you guys will have it on the 25th for award. And along with that, Chestnut Street, the bids are out. The opening for that is March 18th. We also have a third project, the Central Park Trail System. So that is out to bid, and that is due to open on March 18th also, for all to be appointed on March 25th. Good news is Morris County has Long Hill Road on their schedule for 2026. They will be coordinating with New Jersey American Water, who will be doing some sewer work on the county section of Long Hill Road, so they'll be working together with them not to pave the road and then rip it up. So they'll complete that work before they pave. New Jersey American Water, as I stated, and this is on the website, they are actively working on 2 streets on South Northfield and Mercer Street for a sewer extension and Sussex Avenue. They are also actively working off the street in the Lake Park to replace the above-ground sewer lines over there. So they are actively working on that. Unfortunately, the weather this winter kind of held them up, but they are eager to get it done and get out of there. For planning and zoning, they have received a application for Duncan at 1300 Valley Road. It is not scheduled for a meeting at this time. Cell tower at Millington Fire Department a hearing is on March 17th, so that's this Tuesday. During the month of February, they had 5 applications before the Board of Adjustment, and they also have one of the affordable projects are submitted an application for amendment. That hearing has not been set, and they supplied 2 zoning permits for the month. The clerk's office issued 67 dog licenses, issued 4 yearly parking permits. Basically, 2 of the parking lots are filled, and we have about 50% available in Millington for yearly parking. They issued 287 daily permits during the month, and 83 other registrations and licenses. Food truck licenses were issued. They have trucks in Millington every weekend, I believe through the middle of summer, if not through the end of summer. So they are booked for each weekend. That's all I have for tonight, and I will have more for the next meeting.
I have what the Dunkin' Donuts, what is 1300 Valley Road? What,
Santander Bank.
no? Yeah, oh, it's Santander Bank then? Okay, so the bank, so people ask, it's the Santander Bank building. No?
Oh, is that the Chase? I think it's the Chase.
Oh, the
Oh,
Chase
Chase, I'm
Bank,
sorry.
sorry.
Chase Bank.
The
Oh,
Chase
sorry.
Bank. All right, so if anybody's asking, Duncan wants to go into the
I
Chase
know it was
Bank.
one of the banks. Chase Bank, and I believe it's, the design is mostly for drive-up
Yeah, that's what I was told.
work, but they do have a very small interior. I don't even know if they're gonna have seating or not, but that has not
Right.
been scheduled yet for the zoning board.
Yeah, I think Dunkin' Donuts, their model over the years, as is the one here, had been where the donuts are made on site. We've all seen those commercials. Time to make the donuts, well, time to make the donuts is gonna be down in, I don't know, Piscataway or somewhere. So it'll be a drive-through, as you said. This will be, its main focus will be drive-through. And I don't know if there's going to be seating. And as far as MJ American Water's work, correct me if I'm wrong, the agreement and the bid specs are that any digging up of roads, the maintenance of it will be curb to curb. They will replace, you won't end up with those.
Correct.
Which is a major reason why you have to work with them, the county and the municipality, to make sure. By the way, the roads that are on schedule, are the local roads on the township website or DPW site? The roads that are planned for
For milling and
26?
overlay?
Yes,
Not yet.
not yet, they will be?
Yes, they will be.
Okay, great. And the county, because they publish theirs as well.
The county is on, I know it's on the county website,
Right.
but we will get, we're trying to get a time frame of when they'll
Fair
be here. And once we have a closer time frame for Long Hill and Chestnut, we will absolutely make sure they're on the website.
And that's the only county road in Long Hill that I think is on schedule for 26.
That is correct.
Yep, all right. Beautiful, great update, I appreciate it. If we could move on to older new business, no, discussion items, I apologize. What, Township Committee liaisons, you wanted to make sure that I work it out with, why don't Frank and I take that offline? We're gonna meet back here afterwards, and we'll figure out something. Sound good? Frank, you're okay with that?
Sounds
Sorry
good.
about it. To be clear, Megan asked me several times, had I spoken with you, and so that's on me. My apologies. The shade tree ordinance, where do we stand there?
Draft.
So, a couple meetings ago, you guys had reviewed, the attached proposed ordinance that Jack had circulated.
Right.
You had asked for the Shade Tree Commission to review the ordinance. They got back to me on March 2nd. The Shade Tree Commission reviewed the ordinance that the TC has proposed and finds it satisfactory.
Really? So, I mean, they're more than welcome to come here and speak on it, but if they're okay with the ordinance, there's no need. They reviewed it and concurred.
So, I don't know how you want to proceed with this.
Well, now that we have their input, and it's positive input, and this is something that we've discussed for many years, as
Yes.
Jack knows.
It feels good that it may come to fruition finally.
I agree. So I would suggest we can discuss it if you want, I don't know, or we can just put it on the agenda for the next
Put it on the
meeting.
agenda if you're ready.
Let's do that.
We've discussed it.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense.
I think so too.
So first reading on March,
25th.
right. Is that
Sounds
okay? Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, it works.
All right. And so this other thing, I know you wrote me a little note, or Megan wrote me a little note, EA&J. That came to me, and that's the employee, what exactly it stands for, here it is.
Employee assistance.
Yeah, Employee Association of New Jersey. Anyway, a number of towns, this came to us via somebody on the County Commissioners Board, through somebody that works here, works there now. And there's a number of towns that do it, although the ones in Somerset County, it appears they get a membership in this as part of their JIF. Now, I don't know if.
From the JIF, right.
Yeah. Would it be part of our JIF as well?
You know, I'm not sure, I can check.
Yeah, we can check. I wasn't even aware of that with the,
Yeah,
With
because I
Somerset
spoke to the
County.
deputy mayor over in Warren, he's a good guy, and he and I were speaking about it today. He said they love it, because a lot of classes are free, and, you know, you can call regarding HR issues, but a whole host of reasons. They have webinars, they have seminars, et cetera, et cetera.
It would make sense for the JIF to sponsor it, because that's one of the greatest liabilities is employment issues.
So it may be something we already have, we just didn't, you know, it's like when you have a subscription to something and you find out, 3 years.
usually our JIF is very good at letting us know, and this has not come up, but I'll find out from them.
And if not, we could talk about it in the future, but it's a nominal cost. It's
Yeah, it's
less
under
than
$1,000. It's under $1,000.
And we can do
per
it
year.
for 1 year. It's not like a 10-year contract. If it's great, we keep it. If not, we don't renew it.
Right, and basically it's unlimited access for department heads or, who we feel needs the assistance for asking labor questions and so forth. Now, they claim right up front that they're not an attorney, they only give advice. So, if you have things that may need more involved legal aspect, we should go to our labor attorney. But they offer classes for safety classes and other classes that are required by the JIF on a regular basis.
Speaking of which, Megan, I think we have to take each of the committee members has to take I meant to ask you to resend it now that Frank is on the committee. Would you mind sending it to the group? Thank you. All right, well, that's it. So we now have old new. Old new business. Anybody? We'll close that, and then we'll go to item number 11, announcements. I guess that's me. So the Parks and Recreation, the Spring 8 Hunt is Saturday, March 28th, 10 a.m. sharp. There must be a rain date though, right? I don't know what it is. It's not gonna rain. We'll get Dennis on that.
Yeah.
So Saturday, March 28th, 10 a.m. is the Parks and Recreation Spring Egg Hunt. And hopefully we'll get a weather day like today or yesterday. Any other announcements folks want to make? No? No announcements?
No?
Let's go to the public.
Go right to the
Let's
public?
go to the public.
Let's go to the videotape. All right, I'll open up the meeting to the public. Remarks and statements pertaining to any matter, including Seton Hall's game tomorrow versus Creighton.
Charles Renowitz, Millington. Topic tonight is professionalism. I called here this week to Town Hall, left a message, didn't get a call back. I said, geez, that's unusual. Come to find out, the individual's on vacation, no message on the voicemail, nothing on the email. We hire an HR guy to improve service to the residents. So we need to take a look at what we're doing. If someone's out on vacation, they ought to say that in their email response and on the voice messaging system within the town. That did not happen. So I'd like to see some improvement, whether or not we have the HR director still on board or not. It's not being professional. Similarly, this evening's discussion earlier, when I was on the planning board for a number of years, I told the three professionals, the lawyer, the planner, and the attorney, I said, one of your jobs is to keep us focused, keep us aware of what we should be focusing on, and if we get off track, you need to bring us back. A couple of the individuals said to me, geez, I've never been told that before. I found that rather interesting. So, with tonight's meeting, on this deadline of March 15th, it's the attorney's job, in some cases the engineer's job, and the township planner's job to tell us what we're doing. And it's your job to direct those professionals. They're working for us, you. Let's not forget that. And I think it's rather embarrassing what happened. And I didn't realize that, and I have a great recollection of what the density is per acre in this town, and I've got a couple of spreadsheets that I've shared with you. And I didn't realize that what you passed tonight is 29 units per acre. That is astounding. So, you need to better manage your professionals so we don't have surprises like this and get input from the other committees. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chuck. Any other member of the public in the courtroom? Seeing none, Megan, would you check at home?
If anybody on Zoom would like to make a public comment, please raise your hand now. I don't see anyone, Mayor.
Megan, thank you.
Motion adjourned.
Matt?
So moved.
No,
Oh. He's pulling me back.
I'm pulling you back.
All right.
I want to
Scott,
talk.
I'm gonna, the floor is yours.
It's all yours.
Sorry, I forgot. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. So I sent this letter to these guys on February 11th. I'm going to tell you tonight what it says. I'm going to read the letter. I want to give you a little bit of background on this so you understand where this is going, where I'm coming from. So Guy, Matt, and Vic, I'm writing you to inform you of my decision to step down from the Township Committee effective March 16th. As I've shared previously, my intention has been to serve 2 terms and 2 terms only. Leaving a few months before the end of my second term reflects my belief that service has seasons, and I'm ready to begin the next chapter of my life. I've done the best I can to serve Long Hill Township with sincerity and appreciation for the trust placed in me, and I'm going to move forward with gratitude for the opportunity this town provided me. Secondly, I'm also grateful to have served alongside colleagues, these chuckleheads, who who care deeply.
Mr. Chucklehead.
Mr. Chucklehead.
Mayor Chucklehead.
Mayor Chucklehead. They care deeply about our town, and they bring real commitment to this work. My resignation does not signal any disengagement from civic responsibility. To the contrary, I intend to remain actively involved in our community and to continue supporting efforts that preserve the best version of Long Hill going forward. I am first and foremost a resident of this town, and I've sat on this side of the dais, and I've held my tongue on some things. And the one thing I've learned, and Chuck, I'm going to give you credit for this. The one thing I've learned is that you can have just as much impact on the other side of the dais as you can back here. Because there are things that need to be said that will be said. And it's folks out in the audience, folks at home, folks on Zoom. You guys have done a great job of opening up the dialogue electronically. And Mr. Mayor, if you will, at your pleasure, let me to continue on the Digital Engagement Committee. We will make sure that that voice and that channel of communication continues. But there's things that are going on in this town that we need to preserve. Changes that are happening that maybe they're happening too fast, or maybe they're not going in the right direction. And maybe we need more voices out there, and I'm gonna be one of those voices. We need younger people stepping up. We need fresh blood in here. As the other reason is, I love the fact, Frank, that you're on now.
Thank you.
Fresh perspective. I hope that whoever you guys choose to replace me brings a fresh perspective, someone younger, a little bit more energy, someone who's focused on conserving the values of this town and conserving the identity of you grew up in a town, and this town isn't what it was when you were a kid.
A little bigger.
A little bigger, and maybe not the same, and you want to see it more the way it was, and not I moved here 28 years ago. You moved here 29 years ago, right? We want to pass this on to our kids. We want to pass this on to the younger generation. So I'm not disengaging. I'm just not going to be up here. So, with that, it's been a pleasure. Some of these meetings have been hard. I think I've developed enough scars to really last through just about anything. So thank you for that. And good night.
Well said, brother.
Oh my, absolutely. Come on up. You were offended that he called us chuckleheads, right?
I'm really sorry to see you step down, Scott. I mean, you've been helpful to me on planning board. You're never sarcastic. You're a great listener, and you like to teach people, and we want to learn, and we share a vision for this township, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're going to stay active.
Yeah, my intent is on whatever board the mayor and the committee decide that they can use me. I'm happy to do that. Because that's where all the real work is really getting done, right? That's the beginning of the funnel as it comes up to here for decisions, right? Vic,
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
Pam.
Chuck wants to take a shot.
I, too, would like to thank Scott for his efforts and time, not only on this committee, but on the Boy Scouts, the Elks, and other things that he's been involved with. He and I haven't seen eye to eye a lot of times. I can't imagine that.
No,
But that does happen. But I think Scott respects people's views and opinions and opened up a few eyes during his time here serving this town. Thanks again, Scott.
thanks, Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck, and Scott, you touched upon it. We don't always agree, but for the most part, we have been agreeable during those moments, and we end up coming out in what is best for the community. So it's been a pleasure serving with you, and as you said, you're not going anywhere. Yes, you're staying on the Digital Engagement Committee. Yes, you're staying on the Planning Board. And quite frankly, both of those boards or the Digital Engagement Committee are critical. And that was the first thing I mentioned, I believe, at the beginning of this year. I think the communication, we need to bring it up to the, whatever century we want to call this. And I know you and the other members of that committee will do that. So thank you. And yeoman's work, you were heavily involved in getting that master plan across the finish line, which was critical. You referenced that the town has changed a little bit, but it stayed the same as best it could in consideration of what is decided down about, 60 miles south. So that master plan was critical. And as far as, density, by definition, COA is high-density housing. That's what it is. So I appreciate, Pam, what you said, or Chuck, what you said. It's high density.
Mary Ann Noonan has her hand raised online now.
I'm sorry?
Mary Ann Noonan has her hand raised online.
Okay, well, the meeting is still open to the
Okay.
public, so Mary Ann, jump right in, the water's fine.
On a personal level, I have the highest respect for you. You've done a fantastic job. You are one committee person that I know who has tried to bring the residents, during the course of the meetings, more understanding of what protocol is, what practice and procedures are, going down to having the Board of Ed come in with their budgets to explain that to us. I thank you for all your hard work. I hope that the digital committee will still stand. And if you still need me, I'm there.
You're not going anywhere. You're staying.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Anybody else online, Megan? If I could, I'd look for happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
Yes, happy St.
The
Patrick's.
highest of all holy days.
I make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
All you world famous
Thank you.